Hi guys, Chris here at Purely Outdoors, and today we're filming from our awning studio here in Nuneaton, Warwickshire. So this part of our showroom we've actually now named the Vango Valley due to the amount of Vango awnings we've got on display here. And this is one of my favourite driveway awnings that we've got on review today. So this is the Vango Cove Air TC Low. So the Cove's been a really popular driveway model for us over the last couple of years, probably the best seller to be honest at that campervan height. And we've done a separate review video on the polyester version of this awning. So in the previous year we saw it in a 70 denier active fabric. They've improved that this year in their polyester version to 150 denier, and they've also brought in this technical cotton version just at that low height range, so for vehicles between 180 and 210 in height. So perfectly aimed at those sort of transporters or transit customs. And they've even improved the connecting tunnel section, which sadly we haven't got pitched today because of the size of the showroom, but they've really tailored that tunnel area to really fit those two types of vehicles, being the most popular at that height range. So we'll get into why this is actually my favourite Vango driveway awning in the range for 2024 as we talk through the exterior and interior features. But I also want to do a little bit of a comparative at the end of the video to discuss other options to this awning that are out there in the Vango range and also other brands on the market. Right, let's get started. So we'll get into the exterior features first, and as we mentioned, this is a technical cotton, so TC version of the Cove. The great thing about technical cotton, it's extremely breathable in terms of a material. So if you're looking to tour across Europe, especially Southern Europe, and even just across the UK where we get hotter temperatures in the summer months, it makes for a really nice climatic environment, because being a natural material that cotton is, in the winter months when it goes colder, it's going to keep that heat in, and then when it's hotter, it's going to let that hot air escape. So a really clever fabric, and as we said, great for Southern Europe touring. Other benefits of technical cotton, it's a lot quieter, so especially in the wind, where you get polyester flapping in the wind, because it's cotton, it's a lot duller sound, a lot softer touch, and it means that it's a lot quieter, especially if you're going to be sleeping in it at night. That's where you'll really see the benefits of it. And the third benefit as well, you get a lot less condensation compared to a polyester awning, so it's a lot more breathable, lets that moisture in and out because it's not coated, and you get just a lot more of a climatic environment. So that's the fabric hopefully covered, guys. We'll now work our way around the side of the awning, and as we mentioned, it's the Cove Air TC Low, so it's an air beam awning. So Vango have been real pioneers in that pole-free construction now for the last decade, and what we see here is their multi-beam inflation. So it's their air speed valve system, so it's sort of a twist mechanism. So you can see each of the valves here. You will pump each one up in turn, so it comes with their manual hand pump. You'll pump each beam up at a time. It takes about a minute per beam, and you can get this one pitched really nice and quickly. Great thing about the airspeed valve as well, when you then deflate, all of that air comes out really nice and quickly, and you can get it packed up as you leave in sight. So that's sort of construction and fabric hopefully covered. We'll talk about some other exterior features now. So you can see the air zone ventilation that we've got here. So not only have you got a technical cotton, a really breathable fabric on the awning, but you've also got a huge amount of ventilation on this model. So we see that Vango have really increased the depth of their ventilation, especially on the side of the awning for this 2024 range. And the great benefits of that is you're getting all of that airflow in and out, but you're not getting any of the bugs into the awning. What we also see, you've got a toggle up curtain or a blind behind the ventilation as well. So if you do want to secure that up, you can do. In terms of other ventilation, we've got this huge hooded vent at the back of the Cove as well, which we'll do a quick pan around so you can see. And that literally takes up the whole width of the awning. So if it is going to be used as a sleeping space, it makes a really nice climatic environment again. Another key point, just I think before we head inside the awning, you can see we've got Vango have changed the colourway on this 2024 range, and I think it looks even better in this technical cotton fabric. So we now see this two-tone grey, and then the Vango, the very synonymous bright orange that the brand's been famous for over the last sort of 50 years. We've now got that swoosh going up the side there, so it's looking really sharp. Okay, what we'll do now, guys, we'll head inside the awning and talk through some of the key interior features. Okay guys, so we're just taking a step inside the Cove Air TC now, and I think let's first discuss the dimensions of the awning now we're inside. So you can see we've got this lovely canopy area first, so this gives you just under a metre of depth, so it's fully integrated and fully air beamed as well, so you've got this really nice pre-angled beam at the front. You will notice it's open fronted as well, so that will suit some, whereas others, they might prefer that closed canopy. If that is the case, I'd definitely look at more of the Galley CC technical cotton version as well, because you can close the canopy on that model. But it's a really nice space, and I think the great benefit of this, you've got 3.2 metres of width, so it's really nice and spacious from a width perspective, and then you've got just over 3 metres on length as well, so it's that lovely in between size. So it's not as big as the Galley, probably their flagship awning model, but slightly bigger than the Keeler. It just sits really nicely in between. And you've got that forward facing awning as well, so it's running the same way as the van, so you're going to take in all those lovely views on the campsite, and it just looks really nice alongside your camper van. So we've discussed the canopy area. We'll take a step back now and just talk about the main sort of living space of the awning. So as we take a step back, you can see we've got these lovely diamond clear side windows on this front panel, and then you've got a full length diamond clear window on the left hand side as well. They've all got toggle up curtains, so really quick and easy to, from a privacy perspective, you can get those curtains up. And the main doorway, you've got a couple of options. You can leave open as a sort of entrance exit, you can put it full way across as a mesh screen, or you've got the full curtain screen as well for sort of nighttime sleeping. So different options on those entrance and exits. While we're on that subject as well, if we take a look at the right hand side, we've got a single doorway into the tunnel area of the driveway. So this can be fully mesh screened as well, so another great ventilation aspect. You've got that airflow, but it's sort of emitting any bugs coming in. But if you want that privacy, it's got the toggle up curtains as well, and this one actually zips up on the side, and you've got a fully zipped up privacy area here. While we talk about the tunnel section, so this gives you actually an extra 1.1 metres of depth in the tunnel area, so great for further storage, maybe wet gear or bikes. And you've got dual access as well, so you can enter and exit the vehicle from either side, and as we said before, that connects to vehicles between 180 and 210. So hopefully that's the tunnel section covered. As we take a look inside the main section of the awning, so loads of different options here depending on how you want to use it. So can be a storage or sleeping area, or it can just be simply a sort of dining sitting area in the evening. You've got loads of different options and loads of space for that. So from the ground upwards, we've got a fully sewn in ground sheet, and you can also purchase the optional carpet as well, so that can sit on top and just give that slightly more homelier feel. Some other key interior aspects, so as we talked about, if this is going to be used as a sleeping space, you've got clip-in points here on this central air beam and at the rear air beam, where you can clip in either a 2-berth or a 4-berth bedroom inner. So that can be clipped in and out, so you can use that at night time, clip it out, and then you've got a full space for the daytime use. Other key interior features, so we've got the tension band system that you can see here. So this is sort of something Vango has patented, a really clever system. So it stands for, TBS, it stands for tension band system, and it really acts as like an interior guy line system to the awning. So not only are you braced from an external perspective with the lovely high-vis guy lines, you've got this really strong and stable internal guy that you can tension into place. Really when it's extra windy, it will just keep the awning really nicely grounded. Okay, so some other key points as well. There's loads of lantern hanging points in the Cove, which is great. So lighting's really important in your awning. You've got various points around here where you can hang lights, and you've got a cable entry point as well if you're on site and you've got a hookup. So they really have thought of everything. I think this is just, in conclusion, a fantastic awning. What we'll do now, guys, is we'll take a step outside. We'll talk through some other key sort of other brands and other Vango models that you might also be suited to, definitely worth considering, and then we'll do a sort of quick sum up on the Cove Air TC itself. Okay guys, so let's give you some comparisons on sort of other awning models, other brands, other Vango models that you might want to take a look at to compare against this Cove Air TC. So If you love this model, you're not too sure on the technical cotton aspect, they do this version, this Cove, in 150 denier polyester version. They do that at the low and the mid height range. So if you've got a Jackato or Boxer, slightly taller than that sort of low height range, that Cove mid polyester might be the one to look at. Okay, so as a direct comparison to other brands out there on the market, I would definitely check out the Outdoor Revolution T3. So they brought this model out a couple of years ago in a low, mid and a high in a polyester version. And for 2024, they're bringing out the low version in a technical cotton as well. So very similar in terms of dimensions to the Cove. So in terms of the length and width, and it's got an integrated canopy. Other aspects to the T3 as well, you can actually purchase an optional closed canopy for it and a bedroom annex that can fit out the back. So you've got a little bit more customization on the T3, but maybe from a styling perspective, I maybe feel the Cove slightly edges it. In terms of other models in the Vango range that we could compare, so if you like the style of the Cove, especially in the technical cotton, you've got your heart set on that fabric, but you want a little bit more space and maybe a closed canopy as well, the Galley CC Air TC is a real one to look at. We'll be doing a review video on that one as well. That gives you over 5 meters of length to the awning, and that option to close up the canopy. So especially if the elements are coming in, it's a really great option to have on that awning as well. If you think the Cove might be slightly too big for your needs, so maybe for couples that are touring across Europe, still want that breathability in the fabric, but want a slightly more compact awning, I'd definitely check out the Vango Keeler Air TC as well. So Keeler's been a very probably a best-selling Driveaway at that real compact end. Instead of running parallel with a vehicle, it faces outwards. You've got a slightly more compact space, but they do that in a polyester, the Pro fabric, and a technical cotton as well. So definitely worth checking that product out as well. Other brands out there, a quick thought is probably Camper. So they do the Touring TC, so similar to the Galley we just mentioned. That's slightly larger than the Cove, and they do that in a polyester and technical cotton as well. So I'd say hopefully that sums up the sort of direct comparisons out there on the market to go and check out. We do stock all of them here at Purely Outdoors. We'll be sharing all the links in the sort of description to the video below, so you can check out the full product features and spec. But I think just before we wrap up, I'd like to just finish by saying this Cove Air TC, really popular model. I think hopefully this video summed up why. It's that perfect mid size. You've got a super premium technical cotton fabric, and it just looks really stylish and really smart on the side of your camper van. So hope this video has helped, guys. If you've got any questions on this model or any other models in the Driveaway market, drop them in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching.